flame on the river reaches again the harbor, there will be a new modern illuminated piece of art, kind of a modern lighthouse, which will be then illuminated and which will symbolize the cooperation along the Baltic Sea, as at the same time a similar lighthouse will be illuminated in other cities as well, in Stockholm, in Mariehamn, in Tallinn, in St. Petersburg. Let's see in how many of them. And from there, this year will continue. 2011 Memories and Truths was one of those entities where we received most proposals and ideas for. Maybe it's natural as we are a historical old town, but we are not only trying to look at the memories and history and stories from the past. We are in this entity, we are trying to combine the past with the future. As an example, there is a project called The Other Town. Turku is the former capital of Finland, something we always remember to mention to our visitors. In reality, we were a capital only for 3 years. Still, we are very frustrated about this. So we are going to collect a European network of former capitals. There are many of them. And we are going to study very seriously, of course, what this does to the identity of the inhabitants of a city, being a former capital of the country. Another interesting, but can be rather sensitive project, but has raised already now a lot of expectations, is the memory of the borders, an idea which we have done together or created together with Tallinn, the other culture capital for that year. Both Estonia and Finland has a long history together with Russia. Memory of the borders is always not a happy one, or the memories are not always happy ones. There can be sensitive issues, and this is a project where we try to build a happy future together, so to say. So to go into these memories and trying to build them into something positive. Transformations is a thematic entity which changes the city, which gives the possibility to look into experience the city in a completely new way, which brings culture close to people and enables new groups to get to know and be active in culture. Sauna Lab, yeah, it's a must in Finland. So we have it in a way that we bring artistic, new design saunas into the center of the city. Heavy Metal Yards is a project that the idea came from the local shipyard, Aker Finnyards workers. Aker Finnyards at the moment builds the world's biggest cruise ships, and together with them we are going to place some of the Culture Capital program into these shipyard areas. And at the same time, we are also going to look into the artistic side of the shipbuilding. Is there that? Is there an artistic side? That's a question. Of course, Archipelago for us is a very important entity. We'll have many modern art, music, and other projects there. And the fourth last thematic entity is 2011 Takeoffs, which is about supporting the young art, supporting the marginalized art. You cannot support and you cannot bring up the underground culture or the marginal art, otherwise it's no longer underground or marginalized. But there are many art forms which have the will and the power to grow if they have the possibility for that. And this is a thematic entity to support that. It's about circus and form, design, and many others. And through technology, we actually have a goal to send all of this, all of what happens in Turku in 2011 to the rest of the world using the latest technology. Even now it would be possible through webcasting. And because Turku and Tallinn will form the Capitals of Culture 2011 couple, We believe that we can together create a very strong couple to cooperation, not just in culture projects, but also in marketing and in tourism. And naturally, our mutual goal is to draw the world's attention to the Baltic Sea area. And as we are now the Finland's official candidate, it's also a national project. It's something for the whole Finland. And one element of the national cooperation will be a national culture forum, which will be established by all the 7 applicant cities, those cities who were still a few months ago fighting quite hard to get this nomination. And I believe that actually in this sense, we are in Finland making history. I don't know in any other case of the European countries where cities have quite hard competed each other to get this nomination, that they actually could sit along the same table afterwards and start a cooperation about this issue. So let's hope that we can succeed in this in Finland. A few words still about the organization. We are going to establish, hopefully as soon as possible, a Turku 2011 foundation, which will be responsible for realizing the project. It will take responsibility of being the coordinator, being the enabler of all this work, kind of a core for the network, the wide network. It will be responsible for the communications, but it will not be the one who realizes all these projects. Those will be done and realized by the many national and international partners, the large network. There have been some questions, why foundation? Well, why foundation? Because this is not a project of the city of Turku alone. This is a project for all of us. And it's a national project, it's a European project. We need to be able to collect all these partners into one organization or into one, under one umbrella, and therefore we need a kind of a neutral new organization for that. Why foundation? Because we need sponsor money, because we need funding from sources which cannot fund city organization, municipal organization. Why foundation? Because we believe that it will diminish the bureaucracy, which is unfortunately always something that appears to be around the municipal organizations, but doesn't really fit hectic progress or hectic project as culture capital. We only have 4 years' time. Then about the budget. The operating budget for the culture capital year or the years between 2008 and 2012 will be 55 million euros, and this will be divided in 3 larger financial groups. The city and the region will be responsible for 1. The state of Finland and its many ministries will take responsibility of 1/3. And then the 3rd part will come from sponsors, ticket income, different foundations, European Union funding, which is very small, and so on. Okay, so we had at the beginning a discussion about the Renaissance period. Will this become the Renaissance, or is this an opportunity for Turku to have its Renaissance period again? I heard here saying that it's not an easy period, the Renaissance. There were people who had the courage to see things in a new way and in a different way. There were also people who, as Al said, were afraid of the change. And there were